Hey, good morning, everybody. Awesome. Happy Sunday. Oh, I really need a good stretch. I cannot wait to move with you on the mat today. Amazing. Thank you for logging in as usual. Let's start in child's pose today. And just, yeah, take it as you want it. So I love child's pose at the beginning. Sometimes I think it's really helpful to just check in where your body is. Either take the knees wide if you quite like that depth in the hips to start, or you can keep it really shallow. You can keep it higher. Just listen to the body, remembering it's like your first like positioning that you're doing today. So just use it as like really soft one to get in, or if you think, oh, those hips, that's been on your mind to kind of get sorted, then start there. Take it as you need it, as always, and listen to the body. And obviously, any injuries, just listen to what you need. Pull back or push where it feels right. Amazing. All right. I am just going to grab a cup of tea and I'll be with you in a second. Here we go. Amazing. All right. Closing the eyes, just allow yourself to sink into that lovely position. Just noticing the body, whatever parts of the body you find might be tight today. And surrendering to the mat. Taking a bit of time here just to stop. Maybe see if a few slower, deep breaths kind of creep in naturally. Breathing in and breathing out. Just allow the body to do its thing. Noticing the knees, the hips, the back, checking in physically to begin. And then as you move from that physical body, you kind of know what feels tight. You're just breathing through that. If it's feeling really soft, that's cool too. Then check in other ways. So thinking about how are you in mind? Maybe how are you in terms of your energy levels? My husband and I have been speaking loads. Maybe it's just because we're straddling those seasons at the moment here. But there's this like sluggishness or exhaustion that we're feeling, and you're kind of trying to figure out why. But yeah, there's that tired feeling kind of creeping in some days. Just breathe in with me nice and slow, and slowly breathing out, just honoring wherever you are at. And then also, if there's anything emotional, anything at all that's playing on your mind, anything you feel like you might want to just, I don't know, I like this idea. I think I've said to you before about setting an intention. Somebody likened it to kind of plugging something into your sat nav, like putting in somewhere you'd like to go. And you don't have to focus on it the whole class, but sometimes it is nice, isn't it, to just think, oh, do you know what? I would like to let go, even as simple as of anything that just isn't really serving me, or I would like to work through my feelings of, I don't know, anger or grief or whatever. And maybe somewhere throughout the practice, you can find a little bit of softness, because emotions are meant to be felt. Unfortunately, it's about feeling alive and human, but we do need to sit with them. And I find moving my body while I sit with them a really beautiful way to sometimes work through it. So take what you want from that today and just make the practice what you need it in mind, body, and soul. Inhaling nice and slowly. And slowly exhaling. Beautiful. When you're ready, we're just going to begin to push into the hands, lifting in the chest. We're going to take those little side stretches. So if you found that you've taken the knees wide and it feels quite tight, bring them slightly inwards now. Or if you like that depth, you can keep them there. We're going to walk the hands towards the right hand side, but take any adjustments. Just face this direction and reach over towards that right hand side. Deep breaths here. See how that feels for you. Maybe crossing the hands over if you wanted, left on top of the right. And breathe. I don't know about you, but if I deep breathe, you can feel that space in the side ribs filling. Feel that side stretch. If it feels a little bit too much, you can keep the elbows down and still reach in that direction, or keep it in the center. So take it as you need it, maybe walking this time over towards the left, seeing where you can go. If it feels too much, always bring the hands a little back towards the middle. Reach as far as feels comfortable here, relaxing the head, softening in the face, breathing in and breathing out. Relaxing in the forehead. Try not to clench too much in the jaw today. Maybe crossing the right hand over the left. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, coming back to center. Beautiful. And slowly coming back up into a little more tabletop position. Good. Nice one. We're just going to take a little cat and cow and move and work and wake up the spine. Hands nice and wide, shoulders in line with the wrists. We're going to tap under and find cat pose. Draw the chin in. See how that feels. Now you can keep it really shallow, or if it feels comfortable to kind of feel that pull across the upper body, chin to chest. Take it as you need it. Good. Those back toes can be tucked or untucked. And then we're going to drop the belly, lifting in the chest. Maybe draw those shoulders down. See how that feels in the spine. Breathe. Good. Inhale and exhale. If you feel comfortable, close the eyes and just move between the two. They can be really soft. And you can really exaggerate the arch. Listen to your body just moving. Cat to cow. In whatever way feels good to you. 3, 2. Nice one. Find some deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. And 1, bringing everything back into center, bringing it to tabletop. Good. We're going to walk the hands slightly forward this time. We're just going to roll the pelvis forward. Wiggle the hips over towards the right hand side and drop it back. Rolling the hips towards the left and forward. Just breathe. Inhale. Roll the hips around and back. So take it as you need it. Again, as always, make it really shallow or make it a little deeper if that's what you like. Just breathe with me. Relaxing in the face. Maybe you're drawing the pelvis forward if that feels a little more comfortable. Listening to your body, your spine. Take this movement in whatever way feels good. Lovely. And slowly begin to bring the body back to center. Good. We're going to draw in from our core. We're just going to find that lovely flat back, maybe walking the hands back in alignment with the shoulders, coming up to the fists. We need to as well. Good. Inhale. Lifting back towards the tailbone. Draw the chin. And then we're going to slowly draw in from your core and lean slowly over. So we're going to get a nice little wrist stretch here. If you wanted, you can drop the pelvis and lift up a little higher. Keep it lifted though if the spine and that lower back feels sore. If you're here, just draw the chin in. Inhale, use your core. Coming back, we rock back. Maybe nice wide fingers, and maybe see if you can get a nice stretch in the upper body if that feels good. You can feel the arms extending nice and active here, maybe rolling the shoulders down. But again, if that feels too tight today, leave it. Slowly coming back, coming forward. Drop the pelvis so you can stay really close here, pushing into the hands. You can drop further, and you can lift. Draw those shoulders down. Inhale, using the core, coming back up. Sinking down again. Option to make it more active. Fingers wide. Maybe roll the biceps out and down away from the ears. Only if that feels good. No worries if you keep it softer. Inhale, coming all the way back. That last one, just drawing down. You find your position. This is great. Strong in your core, working into those wrists. Maybe lifting into the chest if you want to, dropping forward. And slowly coming back into your child's pose. Nice and active if you wanted. Or just bend the elbows and relax. Up to you. Deep breath with me. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, coming all the way back to that lovely tabletop position. Great. Again, If this feels all right, staying on the wrists, the palms down, if not, come up onto the fists. Just gonna take a few circles to get a little bit more into the hips. So inhale, we're gonna lift that right leg. We're gonna take the right knee wide and around. Good. And around. Nice. Yeah, that feels. A little smile if you like. Don't hold the breath, knee wide. 3, 2. Inhale and exhale. 1, in and down. Good. Inhale, we're going to just take a little cat pose. Reset. And exhale, a little cow pose. Good. And coming back to center. Again, checking in wrists, okay. Do we want to move to a fist today? Other side. Inhale, let's lift up. The knee out and in. Good. Find your circles. Be small. They can be bigger. Try and think about drawing in from your core. We do them from tabletop, but working a little bit of that core. Stability. Nice one. 3. Breathing in and out. 2. And 1. Lovely. Bringing the foot down, the knee down. Inhale. Let's find a cat pose. As we tuck under. Breathing in, find your cow pose. And exhale, coming back. Drawing in from the center of the body. Beautiful. Inhale, we're going to extend the right toes. Just take a little stretch in that calf muscle to start. Working the heel away, drop the hips down. Good. You can roll and push into the toes. I really think this one's dreamy. You really focus. You get that lovely stretch. Sometimes you can feel the shoes you might have been wearing in the week. Just release. Coming back to center. Good. Inhale, we're going to lift the back leg, bend that knee, and slowly draw the knee in towards the nose and take a step. We're going to wiggle the foot forward. Inhale, coming up. Finding that lovely position. Reach in. We're going to twist towards that right hand side today. Inhale, reach the arms wide, or you can keep the hands down. The shoulders are feeling tight. Breathing in. We're going to bend into that knee. A little bit of a twist today. Maybe bring the palms to face that right hand side. Breathing in, drawing your core. Maybe straighten the leg a little. And bend. You've got it. Nice twist in. Remember, the hands can rest on the leg too if you need it. Let's keep it going. Bend in deep. Driving that knee. Twisting the body. Don't worry if your twist is here or not happening. And straighten. Last one. Sinking down. Maybe bringing the hands in. Turn to face the front. Breathing in. Arms reach up. And slowly bring them on either side of that front foot. Wiggling it back. Knees hip distance, sink down to a really relaxed child's pose. Exhale. Maybe forehead comes to the floor. Maybe that rocky motion. Maybe doing it on the hands or the fists. 2, 3, 2, and 1. Nice one. Inhale, reaching forward. You're going to peel the body up. Finding a little cat, a little cow. And back to center, drawing in. Inhale, let's extend the left side. Oh, that's tight. Work the heel away, drop the hip down. Just relax. Settle into that little stretch, into that calf muscle. Maybe pushing into the toes if you want. Noticing each side. I had no idea. See, beauty of yoga. Actually, properly get to know your body a little bit, don't we? 3, 2, meet it in the moment. I love that. And 1, beautiful. Inhale, lifting that back leg, bending the knee. We're going to draw in towards the nose and take that step. Use the hand if you need it, just to support. Inhale, we're going to lift up in the chest. So again, you can have the hands here. You can take that lunge, or you can turn the body towards the left-hand side, just moving so the chest moves in that direction. Lovely. Hands can stay on the knee, or if it feels comfortable, you can take the arms wide. palms facing the left-hand side, sinking down. Good. The arms feel too much, just bring them onto the knee. Let's straighten, see if we can keep that balance. And sinking down. Breathing with me. Nice little twist. And lifting up. Nice one. Let's keep that moving. Remembering if the hands need a break, just rest them on the leg. Straighten, or if you're balanced, hold on to the wall or a chair. Sinking down. Good. And last one, breathing and relaxing in the face. And exhale, sinking down. Maybe turning, bringing the palms in. Staying here just for a second. Feel that lovely deep lunge. Breathe in. Slowly, hands come down and we wiggle that front foot back. And take a nice soft child's pose. Good. Maybe bring the fist, the hands of the forehead comes to the floor. Deep breath, rocking that forehead left to right. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Inhale. We're going to walk the hands forward. We're going to peel the body up, but we're going to walk forward, 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 and slowly bring the body down onto the mat. Nice. We're going to do a really lovely little clamshell sequence today. So we're going to turn onto our side. So let's start on our left-hand side. We're going to roll over. And what I want us to do is feel supported. So if you feel comfortable, you can relax your head just on your hand. You can use the right hand in front just to support you, kind of like you're lying down on a beach. And then you want to bend the knees a little bit so that they're in line with each other, so knees stacking on top of the other. Good. If this feels too much kind of in shoulders or elbows, some people choose to just relax the head down onto the arm, or others like to come up just a little bit higher. So all is suitable. I quite like this one. So feel what feels good to you. All right. Another little tip is if we don't just relax in the core, if we draw in, I want you to imagine you're drawing in from the center where that like floating rib, that bit wants to pop out, drawing it in. We're just thinking about that nice, strong, long posture. That's a great place to be. Good. Maybe right hand down. Inhale, we're going to open. Big toes to touch here. And you tuck under and squeeze in the glutes. We draw in from your core. You're going to get the most out of it. Don't worry though. If you want to take it a more relaxed, squeeze, draw the knees in to touch. And inhale, open it. Nice one. And draw it down. Drawing in from your core. Good. And inhale. And exhale. Take it slowly. Like imagine there's like resistance between the legs. We're strengthening those inner thighs. We're working into the hips, working into the glutes. We're also on this side balancing, working a little bit of strength in the core. So great, this one for so many things. Good. Let's keep moving. Relaxing in the face and the forehead. Inhale and exhale for 5. Amazing. 4. Little smile if you like. 3. If it is giving you that little booty, you're like, feel that. Just take a break whenever you need to. And 1, because we know where we're headed. Relax it down and just give her a little, maybe point and flex the toes, roll the ankles if you can. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. So the next one we're going to do looks like this. We open, we close, and then we kick it out. And we can tap the toe. We get that little bit of work in here and we draw it in. So we open and clamshell. When you're ready, you can feel the work we just did. And bring it down. And we tap. And we lift. So we're working to strengthen all aspects of kind of the glutes. A little bit of work. Good. Keep it moving at your own pace. Breathing in, breathing out, finding your flow. Good. Little smile if you like. For 5. Remembering you can leave out whatever you want. Keep pushing if you need to. 4. Inhale and exhale, softening in the face. 2. Nice. I love these ones. You can really feel that little bit of fire. and down. Amazing. Let's just reset here. So let everything soften. Good. If you want, sometimes it's nice just to lift those feet, give them a little roll or a point and a flex. 3, 2, and 1. And just let it soften. Good. Making sure you're feeling comfortable in that arm. If anything feels too uncomfortable, just lay it down or choose a position that feels better. All right. Maybe rolling that wrist too, that supports the head. Lots going on here. So our last one is our kick ups. So we open our clamshell, we kick it up, feel that little bit of inner thigh work, bring it down and in, and open, kick it up, and down and in. And just breathe with me, find your rhythm. It doesn't have to go at the same pace as mine. Draw in from the core. You've got it. Inhale. Oh, I went straight to the kick. And exhale. Good. 5. Breathing in and out. 4. Nice one. 3, 2. And on your last one, join me if you want, or take a break, little kick up, maybe a little flex here. Seeing that little extension, that little leg lift. Amazing. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bending into that knee, bring it down. You've got it. We're going to roll onto our backs this time. Nice one, everybody. Now, here's a great opportunity to stretch into that space. We're going to draw that same leg. So we're going to bring the right knee in and bring the right ankle onto the left leg. We're going to open it up like our lovely little figure 4. Good. So right now where we did that work, you might think, oh, I really feel that a little more than usual. You might feel it here. You can just stay, breathe, find this really bit of quiet to reset. Or you can reach through, grab the back of that left leg and draw the knee in. Again, you might feel it just a little more than usual where we've just really worked into those muscles. Relax the shoulders down. Maybe just rock the head. Make sure the neck feels comfy and breathe with me in through the nose. Maybe out through the mouth. As we work the knee in towards the chest. Inhaling. And exhaling. If the tailbone's lifting, see if you can push the tailbone down towards the mat. Make sure you don't have that ankle resting on the knee. You've got it a little bit off. And breathe with me. Good. If anybody does like the feeling, you wanted to get a little bit into the backs of the left leg, maybe extend that left leg, maybe flexing the toes. You have an option to roll the ankles. You can stay flexing, relax the shoulders down. If you're quite open in the hamstring, you can use the left peace fingers, grab the left big toe, maybe work to draw that in towards you. Try not to lift too much in that tailbone, though. Keep that pushing down, breathing in and out. Amazing. 3, soften in the forehead, relaxing in the jaw. 2, and 1, wherever you chose to be, just slowly begin to release. Let's bring the foot down. Awesome. I'm going to get you to roll over. I think where you're facing the screen, you might need to do like me, kind of just roll around onto the right side. I'm going to do this so you can see me, but you can if you know where you're going and you just want to roll the other way on the mat. Awesome. Amazing. Good. So we're comfy. We're bringing the knees in towards each other. We're drawing in from the core, finding that lovely strengthening and that beautiful posture. So squeezing in from the center and checking in on this side. If that feels too much, it's absolutely fine. This is quite a comfy one. Even if you're in your home and it feels better to like just prop your head up with a pillow, you're really just focusing on that lower part of the body. You will get a little wrist stretch from holding the head. It's heavier than you think if that is the route that you go, but take it as you need it, right? Always make sure that you adapt so that the poses feel good for you. When you're ready, making sure that you feel comfy, we're going to inhale. I like to bring that left hand down just to support in from the core. Inhale. Let's open and slowly bringing it down. Good. Breathing in and out. Taking it slow, just finding that little bit of movement. Find some lovely breath with it. Now in yoga, we often traditionally, the breath in is when we open. And when we close, We often exhale, whether that's with the mouth closed in that sort of ujjayi style, or mouth open, a little bit more variational lion's breath, but just take some slow, deep breaths. Ready for 5. Again, finding your own pace. You can do them slower, quicker, leave it a couple out. It's all great. 4, 3, 2. And the last one. And down. Good. Lift the feet a little, maybe roll, point and flex. Deep breath with me. And exhale. Beautiful little chance to reset. Awesome. All right. We open, we close, we kick out. When you're ready, open it. Good. Drawing in from your core, closing and extend. I think that little bit of strengthening that comes from that extension, opening, closing, and extending. All right. Opening, closing, and extending it out. Beautiful. Going slowly or quick, whatever feels right to you for 5. Let's breathe. Nice one, everybody. 4. Nice and strong in your core. 3. 2. Last one. 1. Slowly drawing it in and relax. If you wanted to lift the feet, you can. I just quite like moving them around. You know, it's so good, isn't it? Getting that fluid move in, working into those joints, because we walk, don't we? But we don't always roll. It's really quite healthy. Amazing. Good. When you're ready, I love the little kick ups. I don't know if you like to should have more fast like can music on or something. Anyways, I'm really silly this morning. Inhale, let's open. Give her a little kick. That first one always feels a little bit tighter, and in and open and kicking up and in. If you want to give it a really good kick, go for it. If you want to keep it a release a little bit softer, just breathe with me. Take it as it comes, you know, as you need it. Inhale and exhale for 5, 4, relaxing in the forehead. 3, nice one. 2, and last one. Option to hold if you like, maybe a little flex. And breathe. Draw in from your core. Feel that lovely length in the legs. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Bending down, bringing it in. Nice work, everyone. Inhale, slowly rolling onto your back and bringing it back into just a lovely balanced position here. Good. Bringing the knee in and dropping it out. Ankle sits on top of the knee and we wiggle it away. You've got it. Opening up into that lovely like figure 4 position. And again, where we've done that work, this might be where we stay today. We just need to sit in it, a little bit of resting into that glute, just softening into the hips. Good. If you feel like you can, reaching through up the back of that leg and draw the knee in, relaxing the tailbone down. So what I mean by that is we're not lifting up, we're pushing down in the tailbone as we draw the knees in. Nice. Find some beautiful deep breaths here in that release. Trying not to strain in the neck at all as well. Maybe just move the neck a little bit left to right just to reset here. And then find that breath. Inhale. And slowly exhale. Maybe on your exhalation, drawing the knee in a little more if you've got that range. As always, take it as you need it. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. We're going to extend if you want. You absolutely do not have to. Extend in the right leg. You can flex it if you want a little extra here. Maybe roll the ankle. Notice if this side feels tighter or same, looser. Maybe deciding to stay here. Maybe that's it. Or maybe taking that right hand, your peace fingers, maybe grabbing that big toe. Maybe that's not there today. It doesn't have to be. Just an extension for anyone who has a little bit more open hamstrings. Please don't feel like this needs to be you ever. Some people just have that little bit of openness. 3, 2, and 1. Releasing down, bringing the foot to the floor. You've got it. So let's bring the foot down. Beautiful, team. Inhale, draw those knees in towards the chest. You don't have to have the big toes touch, or you can. That's a choice. We're going to take some big circles, doing all that work in that area, glutes and hips. This should feel quite nice. Feel like you can get that connection with the lower back on the mat still. Beautiful. 4. Feel quite good. 3, 2, and 1. Taking the knees wide. Good. You can keep them here, feet separated, or if you feel like a happy baby feels good right now, lifting in those feet, maybe grabbing the lower part of the leg, draw the knees out, or grab the outer edges of the feet and take your little rock. I feel like this one sits really nicely here after that sequence. Just going to wiggle over a little bit, a tiny bit close to the wall when I do this one. Just rocking left to right. Good. With that lower back, the massage. You're pushing the tailbone down a little bit. Good. If you want to keep rocking, that feels best today. Keep the movement happening. If you wanted to find stillness, you could absolutely stop. Bring it back to center. Tailbone down, knees a little bit deeper. Push the shoulder blades down into the mat and hold. But again, if the rock just feels really good today, take it as your body wants it in this practice, in this moment. Deep breaths. Amazing. Bring the hands down a little lower, roll the ankles and bring it in. Good. Knees in. Let's draw the nose in towards the knees. Just have a big squeeze. You can keep the head on the ground as well if it feels a bit strong in the neck. And slowly bring the head down and the feet down onto the mat. Awesome. We're going to move to an upright position. So option 1, roll into your fetal position on the right hand side, or bring the knees in, cross the toes if you're in a bit more of an energetic mood, or rock and roll. Rocking, gaining some momentum. You might not get there, but if the momentum's there, keep that rock. It's really good for the lower back and well, the whole spine, and coming all the way up to a nice upright position with me. Grab a drink, my friends. Awesome. Good morning. So good. Nothing like moving your body in the morning, isn't it? Like, well, I love meeting you guys, genuinely do. Right, so we're going to move up to standing. If downward dog feels too much at all in those shoulders, then just hang out in child's pose and meet us up in standing. We're going to do a little bit of a flow from standing, not so many kind of downward dogs today, and then we're going to look at some of our warriors and a few balances. And drift off into our Shavasana. So a little bit of hip work today, a little bit of glutes kind of working in this area. Going to continue with that style of movement. So you can come up to all fours when you're ready. And you can stay here, stay in child's pose. You can do some cat and cows if that feels okay. We're going to tuck the tailbone under into cat and lift up. If downward dog feels comfortable, go there. We're going to swing those hips. With the heels, just see if you can get that little bit of tightness to start to dissipate. Not done loads and loads, not done much at all in those hamstrings. The hamstrings, you can imagine if you think about it, it connects all the way up into the glutes, the lower back. Downward dog is that whole body pose, isn't it? Does it all? Why sometimes I always call downward dog Marmite. There's a time I absolutely thought it was the pose I want to avoid, and eventually it's become one that I seem to need. Inhale, let's look forward. We're going to come up to the tops of the toes. You can bend those knees, take a step or a hop. Never feels good to start. And sometimes feels good just to move a little slower, fold down over those toes. Hanging out here. Great. Option to stay here, maybe swinging the hands a little bit left to right or grab opposite elbows. Nice. Get a real sense of what's going on in that lower back. There's tightness in either side here. Hammies hang out, neck and shoulders. So just go soft. Inhale, we're gonna find our halfway lift. So maybe drawing the hands up the legs, finding that nice flat back. Chest drawing forward, and maybe bringing the elbows in as we do that. Maybe working to straighten those legs a little. Your hammies are good. Bring the fingertips forward, all good. We're gonna bend those knees deep. Everybody reaching up, coming all the way up to standing. Palms together, little back bend. And exhale, tucking under in the pelvis. Draw the thumbs in and really, really work to tuck under, in from the center, shoulders down. Inhale, we're going to tuck the chin in slightly as well and just take a breath. Inhale. And slowly exhale. Breathing in, we're going to reach it up. A little hinge at the hips, reach forward, fold down. Good. Beautiful. Just going to make sure you don't have decapitated teacher. Good. We're going to find our halfway lift. You find where it feels good. Either one. Bend the knees deep, scoop it wide. A little back bend here. Exhale, tucking under, drawing in from the center. Drawing those thumbs in, maybe lift the elbows. Good. Inhale, lovely. Reaching it up. Good. Hinging at the hips. Fold down over those toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Bend the knees, scoop it wide, beautiful. And drawing it in. Good. Inhale, reaching up. And hinging at the hips, fold down over those toes. Halfway lift. What we're going to do is going to bend the knees. We're going to shift the weight over towards the right hand side. And then we're going to swing the left toes back. So you can keep it here. You can bring the hands to the fists if you want and shift the weight slightly forward. This is great. If it feels comfortable, maybe lift that back leg a little, or you can lift it a lot. So again, fingertips, fists. You can have the knee bent or extended. It can be quite high or low. 3, 2, and 1. Little standing split. We're going to bend both knees, bring the foot down. Halfway lift. Bend deep. Scoop it wide or reach it up. Beautiful little back bend. Exhale, tuck in under. Nice one. Inhale, reaching it up. Exhale, hinging at the hips. Fold down over those toes. Halfway lift. Bend the knees. Shift the weight over this time. Left leg is going to be your standing leg, right toes back. Good. Again, find in front of you what feels good with the hands. You're going to use fingertips. You're going to use fists. And shift the weight forward. Just look slightly in front of you and then lift. Amazing. Maybe lift a little higher. You can draw the chin down a little bit if you wanted, if the balance feels good. And kick it a little higher. You can work to extend that leg. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bending into the knee, bringing the foot down. Draw the chin in. Halfway lift. Nice one. Bend the knees deep and scoop it wide. Beautiful little back bend. And bring it in. Exhale. Holding here. I'm going to move into a little bit of a balancing sequence. I want you to bring the hands onto the hips. If you are someone who might need a wall or a chair, just pull that up. And just don't forget to breathe. So inhaling, I'm going to bend into the knee, shift the weight. Standing leg's going to be that right leg and the left toes come in. So we want to do our tree pose, thinking about opening the hips. So when we do this, we don't want to dip, we want to draw it up. You draw in from your core, drop your shoulders down, tuck under. We should be rotating so much into the hips that that knee feels like, oh, I really want to open it more. And the best way to do that is to lift the foot. Again, you can keep the toe here and bring it to the lower part of the leg, rotate, opening up in the hips. Good. Now, if the arms, there's any sort of upper body work that you want to leave today, keep the hands on the hips the whole time. Just breathe in. Keep squeezing, working that lower body. The other option is to bring the foot into the inner thigh if that balance is there, where you can hold on to a wall, but don't sink into it. We push that inner thigh, we lift up, and then we squeeze and we rotate out. That feels strong, opening up into that hip. Again, drawing in from your core wherever you are. Let's hold it. Don't worry if you're holding on to anything. Softening in the forehead. Got the option here if you wanted to bring a hand down, maybe play with balance. So maybe we bring that left hand, relax it on the knee or just above, and the right hand comes up. Good. Maybe breathing in. Keep a little side bend happen. I already moved that today. But squeezing, lifting, all good. Or you can do a little bit from here. 3, 2, there it is. And 1, coming all the way back in. We've held that quite a while. Lots of strengthening, opening in the hip, bring the foot down. And we're going to roll or shake out that standing leg. Good. Breathing in with me and breathing out. Remember, never a bad thing to hold on if you need to. Inhale. You're going to bend the knees and shift the weight over towards the left-hand side, and we're going to wiggle the left foot in. Good. And then what we do is we lift up. We don't want to be dipping. We draw the hip up and we tuck under, but we don't want the upper body dropping and drooping. Shoulders back, lifted, tall and strong, chin in. Keep squeezing. Good. And eventually, let's take it slow. Breathing, rotating here. And we do that rotation by squeezing. Feels like everything's rotating. We're getting into that hip joint. Good. Remember, the foot can go anywhere except for on the actual knee. Deep breaths for me. If you do want to take it a little higher, you absolutely can. If not, you can always just keep the foot on the floor. It'll be different. Squeeze, pushing the inner thigh in, lifting up. Good. Staying here. This is so great to keep that openness, working on balance. Balance comes from the core, that standing foot, the strengthening. There's so many good things happening, whether the foot's lifted or not. You wanted to play with balance, you absolutely can. You can bring one hand out. You can leave it there. Maybe stay there and reach a little. Maybe take the top hand up. Breathing in, breathing out. Maybe take it slow. 3. Nice one, everybody. Breathe. 2. And 1. Remember, if you do wobble up, just go back into it. Hands up, knees in, hand down. Little shake out for us, especially that standing foot. You can feel that strengthening happening the longer that we stay. Inhaling and exhaling. Amazing. I'm going to play with a bit more balance. So we're going to inhale. We're going to bring, so again, right leg's going to be your standing leg. We're going to bring the left knee in. We're going to just lift it up and see how it feels to grab that knee and bring those shoulders back. So from the side, we're looking like this. Knee comes up. That upper body's not concaving. We're drawing the shoulders up, lifting as high as feels comfortable. Good, nice and strong. That standing leg, don't really lock the knee. Keep a little baby bend in it so that you feel nice and balanced. And always, let me face you here. Always, if you need, hold on to a wall. 3, even the side of a chair. 2, and 1. Good. If you feel like the balance is good, we're going to take left hand. We're going to open it out, right hand to the hip, tucking under. Good. Breathing in, breathing out, softening in the face. Amazing. You want to just play with that that balance and your gaze, maybe reaching out. See what it feels like to reach out with the right hand. Maybe pointer finger and thumb come together in that little hand mudra. And maybe see if you can look at the hand. See balance, so different every day. Slowly bring it in and down. Beautiful. Again, little shake out. Any little reset you need to do. Breathing in and breathing out. Awesome. You can tell me not done our balances in a while. I'm a little wobbly myself. Must get back to it, right? Inhaling and exhaling. I'm going to bend in the knees. We're going to shift the weight over. Standing leg is the left leg. Right toes come in. Good. So we can stay here. Lift nice and tall. You can draw up into that knee. And if it feels comfortable, grab the knee. Roll the shoulders up and back. And find that little bit of balance. Now the trick here is to find a nice steady breath. Steady breath. And not hold the breath too much in those balances. Amazing. Maybe taking, if you've got the balance, if it feels comfortable, not really hold on. See if you can take it wide, tucking under, staying lifted from the top of the head. Nice one. Beautiful. Maybe taking the head wide. If it feels comfortable. Breathe. Balance is coming from the core. Maybe see what it's like to twist and look towards that hand. Amazing. Bringing it in and down. Beautiful. Take some big circles for us. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Awesome. All right. So the next one is a little challenger. But I do think you can do it. And also, please use the wall or a chair for this one if you wanted. We're going to think about using those peace fingers. So again, grab onto that wall, use a chair. It really does make a difference. But if balance is something that you find comes easy to you, stay as you are. Breathe with me in and out. Good. We're going to just bend the knee, shift the weight over towards the right hand side. Left toes come in. We're going to bend and see if you can use your peace fingers to grab the big toe. So left big toe, left peace fingers, and just lift up into the chest. So you're absolutely fine. This is a great place to stay. If the balance feels good, draw the shoulders back. If you wanted to have a little play, see if you can just extend, even if the foot comes forward a little bit, maybe it comes forward a lot. 3, 2, and 1. Bending in the knee and bringing it down. That's part of the first series of Ashtanga yoga, working on that balance. Good. Bringing it back to center. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth, especially if you've been holding that breath. Inhale. We're going to bend the knee, shift the weight over, bring the toes in. Good. We're going to lift it up. See if you can bring. So right piece, your fingers will make your peace sign, tucking them around your big toe, lifting tall. So maybe you choose to stay here, knee bend. Maybe it feels okay to bring the heel forward slightly. Keep the chest drawing forward. You're really open in the hammies. See if you can extend it a little further. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work, everyone. Bringing it in and down. Little shake out. Breathing in with me. And breathing out. Awesome. Absolutely beautiful. Inhaling and exhaling. Little bend. Shift the weight. Standing legs, your right leg. Peace fingers, grabbing your big toe. Good. Again, option lifting up, stay here. Option 2, take the knee a bit further wider, a bit wider out to the side. We've worked here quite a bit today. If that feels enough, stick. If you wanted, you can see if you can extend it. If you've got it, lift in the chest. 3, 2, and 1. Bringing it down and letting it go. Beautiful. Shaking it out. Remember, you don't have to extend. This is all something we've not done a lot of. We've not come to balance for a while. I learned by holding the wall. Breathe in and breathe out. Another little element, bring it into our classes. All right, other side, inhale, little bend in the knee, shift the weight over, toes in. Good. Our peace fingers, lean forward, grab the big toe. We often do this from seated, don't we? Lifting up, sitting down. We usually find that sweet spot. You can stay here or hold on, taking the knee wide, lifting in the chest. Maybe just stay here today, softening in the forehead, or see what's happening for you. Always been a believer in taking it in slow stages. 3, 2, and 1. Bringing it in. Beautiful. Shaking it out. Inhale, we're going to take some big wide stance in our goddess pose. Breathing in, straightening those legs in that V. Exhale, sinking down. I'm going to drop the shoulder and twist. Inhale, coming back to center. Drop the shoulder. Feels okay. And back to center. Squeeze. Inhaling and exhaling. Breathing in, bending down, sinking deep. Drop the shoulder. Back to center. Drop the shoulder. Back to center. And squeeze those inner thighs. Good. Breathing in, breathing out. A little sink in here. Good. You can stay holding or maybe bringing the hands to the back of the head. Then take that little side and back. Side and back. Lovely. Back. Use that core and back and squeeze. Straight those legs. Good. Breathing in with me and breathing out. Inhale. Lovely little bend down. Last ones over. Nice little side stretch. Last little bit of push into the hips. Breathing with me. Back to center. Straighten those legs. Inhale, reaching the arms up and slowly bringing them down. Exhale. I'm going to turn the toes in. You're going to lean forward, lead with the chest, and hang out. Let the chin dry and let the body hang out. Bring the hands down, softening in the forehead. Deep breaths. Just let go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. You wanted to take any sort of other variations in here. This is the opportunity. Bending in the elbows, draw the chin in. Reaching through, maybe draw the chin through. Breathing. And then coming back forward, I'm going to invite you to walk the hands forward. Slowly bring the feet in and bring the knees down. Good. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, swing the legs round, coming back to a nice upright position. And that, grab a little drink. Nice practice, team. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Do that again, and if you feel comfortable, stick the tongue out. It might feel weird, but if no one's around, just try and just let that little sigh or a really out. Let go of anything that you're holding that feels tight or heavy. When you're ready, inhale. Amazing. A little dreamy one. We're going to draw the chin down towards the chest and just take a little neck roll. Just a little reset here. 3, 2, And one. Back to center. Inhale, lifting the head up. And exhale, just draw the shoulders down. Sitting nice and tall in the spine. We're going to lean forward with the chest. Roll the body to the right and around. Yeah. Feeling that little bit of work. Beautiful. Thank you so much for moving with me today. Leaning forward, roll the other direction. Amazing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale. Exhale, shoulders down. I'm going to invite you just to close the eyes, drop the shoulders, and just maybe flip the palms up. Let the hands face the ceiling. Allow the eyelids to just really fall heavy, begin to soften in the forehead. Relaxing the space between the eyebrows. Letting go in the creases alongside the eyes. Maybe separating the jaw. And if it feels natural to move the jaw, absolutely take that time now. Inhaling and slowly letting it go. When you're ready, just find stillness. Just sit in the silence and check in. Kind of how are you feeling in mind? If there is a bit of softness or quiet, bottle that up. Sit in it. Sit in the silence and soak up its peacefulness. And then slowly, when you're ready, find where you want to be today for your relaxation, your Shavasana. Using whatever creature comforts you have around you. Just maybe staying a bit more upright today. Just rest. As you begin to lie down, just make sure that the body's feeling soft as possible. And any last movement to make sure that the neck feels cozy. You're seeing what it feels like to take up more space in the room that you're in. Maybe take the legs a little wider if you like. Toes drawing away. Just stop. Relaxing in the forehead. Tracing down from the crown of the head. Releasing even more in the eyelids, jaw, shoulders to the elbows. Elbows to the wrists. And the hands. Releasing in every finger. The palms. Allowing the quiet breath drawing in and out to support. And helping you drift off, keeping your center soft. Releasing any tightness you're still holding into the glutes. Releasing from the hips.
to the knees to the ankles. And finally, letting go in the feet. Just stop. Feel that peacefulness. Allow the movement and the breath, maybe the sending of an intention to work its magic, the time that you spent on you this morning. Arguably, probably most important pose in yoga, Shavasana. And I have a poem today by L.R. Nost that just reminds us sometimes that life is amazing. It says life is amazing. And then it's awful. And then it's amazing again. And in between the amazing and awful, it's ordinary and mundane and routine. Breathe in the amazing. Hold on through the awful. And relax and exhale during the ordinary. That's living. Heartbreaking, soul healing, amazing, awful, ordinary life. But it really can be breathtakingly beautiful. A poem I've read before, but a reminder that I often need. Sending you all peace and love. Have a beautiful week ahead. Namaste.